Okay, I'm going to present in this video intonation for lists. Before I start, I need to talk about what is intonation in English. We have two different kinds of intonation in English: rising intonation and falling intonation. And rising intonation is when the sound, the pitch, the intonation goes up. So, for example, we have this is rising intonation: house, car, bike. As you can see, the intonation, the pitch in my voice goes up. Falling intonation is when the pitch in my voice goes down. So, for example, house, car, bike. All right. So, one more time: rising intonation, the pitch goes up. So, house, car, bike. And falling intonation is when the pitch goes down: house, car, bike. All right. And why this is important is because we have a specific intonation pattern for lists. Let me talk about that a little bit more. The book says that speakers often list examples of what they are talking about. Giving a list of examples can help persuade the audience. These lists have their own intonation pattern. So let me talk about the intonation pattern for lists. There's two kinds. There's a complete list and incomplete lists. For complete lists, if the list is complete, the last example in the list has falling intonation. Okay, so here we go. Niagara Falls is beautiful, powerful, majestic. Okay, see at the end, the intonation, the pitch goes down. All right, let me show that one more time. Niagara Falls is beautiful, powerful, majestic. Okay, on the other hand, for incomplete lists, if the list is incomplete, then the last example has rising intonation. Okay, so Niagara Falls is beautiful, powerful, majestic. See, it doesn't go down, it goes up. All right, so for complete lists, the last example has falling intonation. Niagara Falls is beautiful, powerful, majestic. For incomplete list, the last example has rising intonation. Niagara Falls is beautiful, powerful, majestic. Okay, so usually the book doesn't say this, but I feel like I should tell you. There's two important points that you need to know. First, any list of items will have rising intonation and the last item will have falling intonation. That's typical, as far as I've studied, as far as I understand. Second, the last item has rising and falling intonation. So it goes up and then down. Okay, it goes up and then down, and that's also typical. It doesn't just go down. All right, so let me give you an example. The US has several big cities. For example, New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. Okay, see, it went up, and Chicago. Okay, let me read that one more time. The US has several big cities. For example, New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. Okay, so usually the last item, all items will have rising intonation. The last item will go up, rise, and fall. All right. The suggestions for your presentation. Not really a suggestion, but please include in your presentation a list of examples. And please use the intonation patterns for lists. I hope that you found this useful, and if you have any questions, please email me.